Alright guys, so today we are going to talk about the coordinate plane. So I'm going to start with just defining what the coordinate plane is. We're going to go through some words to know, and then we're going to go into quadrants and plotting points on the coordinate plane. Alright, so what the coordinate plane is a two-dimensional surface created by two axes. Alright, we're going to define what those two axes are in our words to know. Alright, we're going to go through the definition and then I'm going to show you where that is on the actual coordinate plane. Alright, so our x-axis is our horizontal axis, which means it goes left to right and right to left. Alright, so that is our x-axis. I'll show you on the graph in just a little bit. Alright, our y-axis is our vertical axis. So vertical means that it is up, down, or down, up. Vertical. Alright, origin is the intersection of your x and y axis, and it is always represented by the coordinate point 0, 0. Alright, and what a coordinate point is the location of a point, and it is always written as y, x. So our x value tells us where on the x-axis the point is. Our y value tells us where on the y-axis our point is. Alright, and a quadrant is one of four sections formed by the x and y axis. Alright, so we're going to go through each of these and I'm going to show you their location on the actual coordinate plane. Alright, so we're going to start with our x-axis. I'm going to highlight that in yellow. So our x-axis is our horizontal axis. So that is this right here. Our y-axis is vertical. I'm going to highlight that in green. And this is our y-axis. Alright, we're going to zoom in. So 0, 0. That means that we are not moving from this middle, this intersection. So this point here at 0, 0 is our origin. Alright, and again the points are 0, 0. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the coordinates. So we divide our coordinate plane into four quadrants. We're going to start with the upper right hand quadrant, and that is quadrant 1. We label these counterclockwise. Alright, we're going to move to the upper left, and that's going to be quadrant 2. Bottom left is quadrant 3, and bottom right is quadrant 4. Right? Each of these quadrants has specific properties that we're going to talk about. Alright, so before we get into that, we want to figure out where our positives and our negatives are. Alright, so if we are to the right, let's just do this. If we're to the right of the origin, this whole side is positive for our x's. Alright, if we're to the left, then we have negative x values. Alright, same thing if we look above the origin, we have positive y, and if we look below, we're going to have negative y. Alright, so that's what determines what the value of each of the points in those quadrants are. So we're going to start by looking at quadrant 1. So in quadrant 1, we have a positive x and a positive y. So we have positive and positive. So what that means is that x is greater than 0 and y is also greater than 0. Alright, so now we're going to look at quadrant 2. So in quadrant 2, we have negative x, and then our y is still positive. Right, so that means that x is less than 0, and y is still greater than 0. Alright, last one, well not last one, next one is quadrant 3. So in quadrant 3, we have a negative y and a negative x. So x is less than 0 and y is less than 0. Alright, now our last one is quadrant 4. So in quadrant 4, our x is positive again because we're on the right side of the origin, and our y is negative. So that means that x is greater than 0, but y is less than 0. Right? If you have a hard time with the symbols, greater than or less than, what I always do to remember is if it's greater than, it's going to eat the biggest one. Like you have a little Pac-Man now. Alright, so that's it for today. We are going to do, I'm going to write this on here, a section on IXL. Let me figure out what that is. Section E1. In geometry. Alright, this is your practice, and then there is an exit ticket for you guys to do as well. See you tomorrow.